I decided to redo my nails today. So I'm using this. This is the Gel X Nail Extension by Après. And let me open this here. And these are the full cover nail extensions. So what I'm going to first do, I know which ones I use. Like, for instance, I know this one is for my thumb and so on. So I'm going to get them all set, all 10, and show you the next step. And these are my natural nails after I took off the other set. So I usually start with my pinky. I leave the thumbs for last, and I do my right hand first because I'm a lefty. So I start gluing them down on my right hand, starting with my pinky. With this particular nail, the pinky is the only one, actually the pinky and thumb, that don't, if I go up a size, it's too big, which I could shave down on either side, but there's a teeny little gap on the side, but I really don't care. Nobody looks that closely. So let me show you how I glue them on. So I usually, I'm using super glue, which is really what nail glue is made out of. This is what I use for crafts. And I put like one dot and then kind of smush it all around. And I'm not in a terrible hurry because I like it to actually even dry a little bit more. But then I make sure it's straight and I push it down towards the cuticle and hold it like that. Once I know it has locked, I then squeeze it. And there's the first one. Okay, now I'm gonna do the ring finger. So I do the same thing. One dot and kind of mush it around. And if anything oozes out on the side, ooze is such a gross word, I take a paper towel or something and just like that really fast. Okay, middle finger. And I like them very narrow, so if anything, I go down a size. Last finger on the right hand. So I'm going to do the other hand, and then I will come back once they're all on, and I'll show you how I shape them. Then there are several tools. I have them all on, as you can see. And this is the length that they are. And if you want to cut them down, you take, I usually use one of these heavy duty cutters. And you want to, I'm not going to do it, but you want to cut, actually I'll do one. I'll just cut off, each one has a little number at the bottom, and I don't need quite that length. And so rather than filing, I'm just going to cut halfway like that, and then the other halfway till it meets, and then take it and twist it off, and it's like that. Then I take either this has two sides, this sander or this one, and file, shape however I want the shape. And this takes quite a bit of time because I'm very particular about it being square at the edges and straight across, etc. So let's say, sorry, this is a bad view here. Let's say this is the length that I want. Then I take my block and I buff the entire nail. all the way from cuticle like that. So you see this has a very nice C curve. They're very, very narrow. And I don't have any, I might have some job interviews set up for this week, but right now I don't. So I'm going to keep them this length, and I'm painting them these colors. Taking off that little extra bit makes it so I can text. This is also where, if there is a little space there, I go for the really gritty side and I lightly buff that thinner and sort of into my nail and make that thinner on either side like that. And at the cuticle. And it covers, just kind of melts. So this hand is done. It's as simple as that. After I'm done filing all the nails, I wash my hands, and then I can see if I have any slightly raggedy edges, and then I just kind of rebuff anything that I see to make them smooth. Okay. Now it's time to polish. So I'm going to do the right hand in yellow, and this is just regular polish, and what I'm going to do is put 2 coats of this and then wait for it to completely dry, like over an hour, so that it, even if you go like that, it is totally dry. Then I'm going to put this gel polish, let's see, this one right there, on top and cure it under my lamp. This color is by OPI called Exotic Birds, and it's a bright yellow. Then the pink is VI Pink Passes by OPI, and it's supposed to be part of their Neon Collection, I think. I'm going to let this dry and then put on a second coat. Okay, 2 coats. So I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll put the top coat on. I'll show you that, how I do that, the gel top coat, and how I cure it. I think they came out gorgeous. So now it's time to put on the top coat, and I'm using this one. I also have this top coat. And this one's by the same brand, Yaoge, Y-A-O-G-E. And I got it online. And I thought this one was a no-wipe top coat, but turns out you do need to wipe it with alcohol after to take off the sticky layer. So you want to just do very thin coats and even get it off of your brush between each stroke. You probably don't even need to re-dip. It has to be that thin or else it will pool to one side or at the bottom. And unlike nail polish, you can just, this doesn't dry until you put it under the light, and you can just go over it and over it and over it. So I can even go back to that finger if I see a bubble. And you see I'm just spreading it on the whole nail, trying to make it very, very even. And I do my fingers first and my thumbs last. So when you're done, I purchased this UV light. It had little legs and one of them broke off, so I just hold it. But it's by Sun Mini UV LED nail lamp, and you plug it in and it's got this little on off, and I do my nails like this. I press the button twice, so I do 30 seconds and 30 seconds, and then I do my thumbs separately, so I'll show you. And it will automatically go off after 30 seconds. And then I do it for another 30 seconds. Okay, so you see how shiny and beautiful? There is a tacky layer. It feels sticky. So you're going to take alcohol, just regular alcohol. I put it on a cotton pad. And you go over each sticky layer and remove it. And then wash your hands. I love the smell of this alcohol. It reminds me of getting my ears pierced. Or getting a piercing in general. Make sure you get that tacky layer off. For this hand, I'm going to use this. For some reason, I'm not thrilled with how this feels afterwards. It still feels a teeny bit tacky, and it doesn't say top coat, and I thought I got the top coat, but maybe that's the base coat. I don't know, it just says gel polish.